I went and found my money had arrived. The sun came out, and Ed White rode a trolley with me to the bus station. I bought my ticket to San Fran, spending half the 50, and got on at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Ed White waved goodbye. The bus rolled out of the storied, eager Denver streets. By God, I gotta come back and see what else will happen, I promised. In a last-minute phone call, Neal said he and Allen might join me on the coast. I pondered this and realized also I hadn't talked to Neal for more than 5 minutes in the whole time. Anyway, I was gone, and this is what Neal and Allen did. Neal concluded his business with the girls, and the two boys, giggling happy, took off for Texas on the road. Someone in Denver saw them going down South Broadway. Neal was running and jumping to catch high leaves. Allen, according to the informant, was making notes about it. This was the story told by Dan Burmeister, of whom more later. They journeyed days and nights in Texas, and all that time they didn't sleep, talked continually. Nothing was left undecided and undiscussed. On the highway, by Raton Rocks, by windy panhandle grasses at Amarillo, in the bush heart of Texas, they talked and talked, till arriving near Waverly, Texas, down near Houston, where Bill Burroughs lived. So much had been decided that they kneeled in the dark of the road, facing each other, and made vows of eternal friendship and love. Allen blessed him. Neal acknowledged. They kneeled and chanted till their knees were sore. And as they wandered around the woods looking for Bill's house, they suddenly saw Bill Burroughs himself, loping along a fence with a fishing pole. He'd been fishing in the bayou. "Well," he said, "I see you boys have finally made it. Joan and Hunky been wondering where you been." "Is Hunky here?" they cried joyously. "He's been here most conspicuously." "Wow, damn, whoopee," cried Neal. "Now I get to dig Hunky too. Let's go, let's go." And there began a series of events there that ended up in New York at just the time I got back there myself. But meanwhile, I was rolling along in San Francisco, and I'll get to them later. I was 2 weeks late meeting Henri Crew. The bus trip from Denver to Frisco was uneventful, except that my whole soul leaped into it the nearer we got to Frisco. Cheyenne again. In the afternoon this time, and then west over the rangelands, crossing the divide at midnight at Creston, arriving in Salt Lake City at dawn, city of sprinklers, the least likely place for Neal to have been born. Then out to Nevada in the hot sun, Reno by nightfall, its twinkling Chinese streets, then up the Sierra Nevada, pines, stars, mountain lodges, signifying Frisco romances, a little boy in the back seat crying to his mother, "Mama, when do we get home to Truckee?" And Truckee itself, homey Truckee, and then down the hill to the flats of Sacramento. I suddenly realized I was in California. Warmy, palmy air you can kiss, and palms, along the storied Sacramento River on a superhighway into the hills, up again, up, down, and suddenly the vast expanse of the bay. It was just before dawn, with the sleepy lights of the Frisco festooned across. Crossing the Oakland Bridge, I slept for the first time since Denver soundly, so that I was rudely jolted in the bus station at Market and Third into the memory of the fact that I was in San Francisco, 3,200 miles from my mother's house in Ozone Park, Long Island. I wandered out like a haggard ghost, and there she was, Frisco. Long, bleak streets with trolley wires all shrouded in fog and whiteness. I stumbled out of a few blocks. Weird bums. It was Mission Street. Asked me for dimes in the dawn. I heard music somewhere. Boy, am I going to dig all this later. But now I've got to find Henri Crew.